All right, here we go. Saturday night Knicks. Knicks in the A. Taking on the Birds, taking on the Hawks. Hawks already down badly this week. They're catching L's left and right. Hawks fans in a frenzy. And RJ and Julius would not take it easy on them, man. The dynamic duo looked good early. Were able to close the show late. 50 points combined between them. RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, picking up where they left off. And look, the Hawks made it interesting. They were able to cut the lead down to 2 points. They went on a bit of a run, led by some bad Knicks defense. Some hero ball by Julius brought the Hawks back in the game. But shout out my guy, Evan Fournier. My guy Fournier hit me up earlier this week. He said, yo, your guy JD wanted to ship me out of here for 2 second-round picks. I will show you something. Evan Fournier, 10 fourth-quarter points. And the Knicks would end up closing out the Birds in crunch time, 117-108. This is Knicks Post-Game Live, presented by Prize Picks. CP the franchise here. JD Sports Talk. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Number one show for the fans, by the fans, is back. Hit that thumbs up button for your boys. 117-108, JD. It's good to be back on a Hawks win, man. I picked a very interesting time to skip town.
What a week.
What a week to leave town. You know, I leave town. RJ becomes the MVP. Knicks actually make a trade that all Knicks fans love. What a time. But, you know, to start this thing off with, RJ, man, 24 points on the matchup tonight. I was a little bit concerned, even though he was coming in with the hot hand, just because of the matchup with Hunter. Hunter had been playing RJ well, coming off of the playoffs. You know, bigger matchup, bigger wing. Hunter in the starting lineup for the Hawks. I thought the Knicks did a good job of, you know, screening Hunter a lot, setting a lot of screens for RJ to free him up. And look, RJ delivered, man, was once again very aggressive. They don't just have him in the corner anymore. He's initiating offense. He's running the pistol action with Mitch. You get a lot of Gotham lob with Mitch. I thought RJ set a good tone here. And then second quarter, it was Julius's turn. You know, Julius turned it up when RJ was on the bench. He was in his isolation bag, operating very well out of the mid-range, knocking down the three-point shot, and that was able to give the Knicks a nice little padded lead. You know, things got interesting in the third and the fourth. Obviously, it's a game of runs. You expected the Hawks to make a big run here in the fourth, but, you know, like I said, man, Fournier, 10 fourth-quarter points. Was one of many Knicks who came up big in the fourth. I felt like every one of the starting five made key plays to close this thing out. But all five starters in double figures. Knicks win 117-108, man. What were some of your thoughts on this game?
This was the Knicks keep putting together good games as a team. You know, when you talk about getting contributions from more than one player, when you talk about the issues that we've talked about with the starting lineup, as you mentioned, all five starters in double figures. And so, you know, the Knicks now are playing with confidence. They're playing well. And I think that the biggest takeaway when you look at the grand scheme of what is going on right now in front of our eyes, RJ Barrett looks to be taking that step that we were all expecting. Well, I mean, I don't know that I was expecting this. I think he's exceeding my expectations in terms of what the expectations that I set out for him to start the season. You know, I was looking at 18 or 20, maybe 21. He's averaging almost 30 points a game, you know, the last 3 games. Yeah. And he has been playing well, but it's not, as you mentioned, it's not also the points or the stats. It's the way that he's playing. He's attacking the rim.
Attack mode.
He is playing smart. And he is being a playmaker. You know, how many times when we talk about him and Mitch playing the two-man game, we've seen it maybe once or twice in other games, and we talk about, let's get that going more. Well, we saw it more than once or twice tonight. We saw it plenty of times. Mitch was a beneficiary of RJ's playmaking ability. So not only is RJ's growth a big impact to the end result, which is the Knicks are winning.
Yeah.
But RJ's growth is also impacting his teammates, which means his growth, CP, is something that's affecting the whole team in a positive way. So, I think he's answering this question that we've had of, do we give the keys to this guy? Do we switch the offense around RJ? Do we go to Randall and say, let's go to RJ a little bit more. Let's surround the offense around him. I think RJ's play is answering all those questions, and the answer is yes. Now, I don't want to say that, all of a sudden RJ is going to be the number one guy. But what I am saying is, for what this roster has at this moment, until further notice and more improvements, this offense has to revolve around RJ moving forward. You saw CP when they went away from him.
Yeah,
late,
got hairy,
in the second half, it got a little tricky.
Yeah.
So I think if they can remain consistent, and then RJ, props to RJ, CP, he's aggressive. He's attacking the basket, and he said in the post game, "I watch film every day." And it surely shows that he is watching film, because he understood tonight, no Clint Capella. You know what that means?
Yeah.
Let me get to the rack.
Open.
Let me get to the rack
all
open.
day.
He did that tonight.
All day. And he spoke about his aggression. That was my prize picks lock of the night. RJ Barrett over 2.5 free throws made. I hit that easy in the first half alone. RJ 8 of 10 from the charity stripe. So 8 of 10 from the stripe, 26 points for RJ, 3 dimes, 5 boards. He had a clutch steal in that first half to kind of extend that lead. 2 of 5 from downtown. So it was a mixed bag. But you know what? The shot that I love, it's not the three, it's not finishing at the rim, it's the mid-range. And when this thing got tight, RJ hit a big mid-range off of the screen, curling around a Randall screen, hit a big mid-range shot to knock it down, and then ultimately knocks down a corner 3 as well. So, his aggression, as you said, it's leading into his development and overall just making the team better, and it's important. We've been saying it all this time, like, Julius needs help. You need help. You need help from your number 3 pick, and that's going to be RJ. And him just standing around in the corner wasn't going to do much for this team, and he wasn't in a rhythm. It was clear that he wasn't in a rhythm. I mean, going into this game, the first 25 games of the season, he averaged 7.6 drives per game. That was 4th best on the team behind Kemba, Rose, and Julius. Right now, he's averaging 15.8 drives per game, and it's paying dividends for this team. To me, he's the most reliable option at getting to the rim. He's finishing stronger now. He's finishing better now. You have the threat. You have the lob threat there. I thought he did a good job kind of probing as well out of the pick and roll, so he's kind of being patient. I believe he found Fournier for one corner 3 early in the game, so he's being patient out of that. I feel like, between he and Julius, he'll turn the ball over a lot less. It's not always gonna be strong. We know that. And defenses are gonna be able to time him on those layups. It's not always gonna be that strong, but I think he's our most reliable option there. And especially when we're looking for help at the point guard position, this is our most consistent option at collapsing the defense. And then he can score from there, he can pass from there. I like what RJ's giving us, man.
And when you talk about continue, you see it tonight, 10 free throws, and he goes 80%.
80%.
I'll take that every single night.
Let's go.
And you could say, well, Capella wasn't there, but he also attacked when Miles Turner was there.
Yeah.
Even to a fault, he attacked the other, I forgot was the other center that we played that he didn't do so well at the rim.
Time Lord.
But it was the shift. It's more of the shift in mentality that he is programming himself to play a certain way, and it doesn't matter if the other team has a rim protector or not. He's going to remain consistent in his game plan. And CP, I'm watching these last few games, and I'm saying to myself, we've seen RJ play well before, but I don't know that I've seen this. And then I looked it up, and the 25 points he scored in the last 3 games, 3 straight games. This is the longest of his career. He's never had this. He's never had to stretch. He's averaging 29.7 points in his last 3 games. Over his last 5, he's shooting over 50% from 3. So, all around, this is the first time we're seeing him play this way. And, it's also affecting Randall. And I think in a positive way, Randall seems to also have adjusted his approach to how he's going to approach these games, how he's going to play with RJ. And The Knicks now, this is the fourth time that RJ and Randall have scored 20 points together.
Yep.
Remember, CP, we talked about how can we get these two guys to play well together, because in the short sample size that we've seen it, only 4 games, they both have scored 20 points. The Knicks are 3-1 in those 4 games. And tonight we saw they both scored 20 points. Give some credit to Randall. Randall, you know, that 3 you mentioned, it was a terrific pass by Julius Randall. We're going to continue to see these maddening plays by Randall, CP, throughout the game, where you're going to see certain possessions. He giveth and he's taketh away. But I think the way Randall's playing right now, I can live with this. I like this play in terms of overall. You're going to get your negative plays, but if Randall's going to play this way, I think you're seeing also Randall could adjust to being a number 2 or number 3 option. He's shown himself that he can do it. He just has to do it more consistently.
Big time, big time. Shout out Chris Casone in the chat, team hashtag new. He says, what's good, CP? Shout out to Chris. Shout out to our $20 super chat from 03 Stang GT. Says, great team win, bing bong style. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Hit that thumbs up button for a big Knicks win. Knicks going 0 for 500 for the first time since early November, which is also a good sign, man. So things are trending well. They're beating the teams that they should be beating and capitalizing on the opportunities that they have. Tonight it was no Capella, but you play who's in front of you, and you got to win those games to climb back into the race. And speaking of Capella, you know, with no Capella in the game, I thought it was going to be an opportunity to feast in the paint, and they did that, 46-36. They win the paint battle. My guy Mitch, Taj were going in, especially in the first half. Rebounds, owned them on the boards, 44-31. So again, good job by Mitch. Mitch had a double there. Taj also contributed on the boards. So Knicks win the rebounding battle. And then the assists, man, 24 assists. Knicks had 15 assists in the first half alone. Thought the ball movement was crisp. Point guard by committee had 9 dimes for Julius, 8 dimes for my guy Alec Burks. RJ also chipped in with 3. So good team win all the way around, man. I thought everybody, well, all the starters, and then chip in Gibson and Grimes to me off the bench, you know, had some solid contributions tonight.
And CP, with Grimes, I mean, listen, you missed a week. I know you know about, you know, Ian Begley reported that Grimes was in initial conversations, but, you know, that the Knicks pulled that conversation down quickly. I don't know, CP. I don't know that we could trade Grimes, man. I don't know. You cannot. And you know, there's speculation now with, you know, I'm seeing a lot of people saying, well, Grimes is going to take the minutes hit. I don't know. I don't know if he is. I don't know that he can be.
Hard, man.
He is too.
It's going to be hard,
bro. He plays 16 minutes. He goes 3 of 3, 2 of 2 from 3. But more so, he comes in under 3 minutes in the third quarter, right?
Yep.
Comes in, plays great defense on Trae Young. Under 3 minutes, Trae Young loses the ball. Hawks ball, they miss. Knicks get the possession. Then the next possession, Trae has a turnover off the Quentin Grimes defense.
Turnover, yep.
Then it's 80-70. Knicks hit a 3, make it 83-70. The possession after that, he contests a Trae Young 3. Trae Young misses that. So you talk about 4 possessions in a row where Quentin Grimes was an impactful player, comes in, and this is what we talk about in terms of playing your role and playing your role effectively, and what he can give you to either end quarters or whatever, you know, whenever you bring into the game. He is an impact player, and you want him to hit shots, but he can also affect the game on the other side of the court. And I look at players like Desmond Bane, these players that play both ends of the court, these 2 guards. To me, Quentin Grimes could be that one day.
Yeah.
And CP, when you talk about, you know, developing of future championship teams, when you have your stars, the Quentin Grimes players are the ones that teams are trying to find at the trade deadline to complete your roster.
Big time.
So we have that player here. I hope that we can definitely make him a definite part of the future, because Quentin Grimes, to me, he's a rookie. he has
He's
been
tough,
impacting
man.
the game,
Yeah.
and he's a tough player.
He had
and
a
I
super
really like how
efficient
he's
night.
playing.
Super efficient night, man. I'm with you on that. Comes in the first half, drops 5 quick points, 3-pointer, and then a mid-range 2. As you said, the defense that he had on Trae Young, and then knocked down another big 3, man. Finished with 8 points on the night. Super efficient night for Grimes. I thought he was real solid off the bench, in addition to Taj. Shout out to Rhyme Animal, Chuck D. Everybody throw a hashtag PE in the chat. Chuck, there's a $50 super chat in there. He says, I'll repeat what I said. There's 3 seasons in an 82-game season. The first 41, the second 41 in the playoffs. We won on part 2. We are a 43 to 46 win team when we click, and I see the second round when we get clicking. We're at our best when our individual stats don't matter. Good points, Chuck. Very well said. Salute to Chuck D. Shout out to Ron Hansley, $20 super chat. He says Randall's dunk attempt getting blocked by Okongwu, who brought back memories of Melo getting blocked by Hibbert and losing momentum of the game. Glad we responded well after the timeout. Great win. Hashtag Jalen Brunson to the Knicks is inevitable. And we're going to talk about, I got to give my thoughts on the Reddish trade, and we'll talk about Brunson and what could be on the horizon for the Knicks, man. We'll talk about that later. So to everybody in the chat, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. You know, as Ron said, the Okongwu block on Randall, the Knicks had a 5-point lead at that point. Ultimately they get the ball to Lou Williams for a 3-pointer, cut it to 2. 7:26 left, and this is where I thought the game changed. After that, we did get the backcourt turnover, which I thought was going to end up killing us in the end, because that was a bad turnover when the momentum was out of our way. But my guy Fournier with the step back, 22-footer, knocks that down, and then comes right back with another floater in the lane. I thought those were 2 big plays for Fournier there, and then he would ultimately end up hitting a 3 later on in the game. I thought Fournier was big, man. I thought Fournier was very, very clutch for us tonight. 9 points in that fourth quarter. That was a big one there. As I said, the RJ mid-range jumper, then the RJ 3 was a big one. You had the Julius and 1, which came at... The Julius and 1 came at 2:51. We were already up by 8 points, so that was pretty much the dagger. And then, JD, I know you saw my guy Burks fed Mitch with the no-look feed in the paint to put the icing on the cake. That was a true dagger right there. My guy Burks did that.
How could I miss it? You tweeted about it. You got Magic Johnson doing the, so I know that got you excited. I see you angling it. Let's talk about Fournier, right? Let's talk about that. That's like 4 times I picked up throughout. We just started the post. It's 4 times you want to talk about Fournier. Now, listen, the Knicks are 13-5 when he scores 15 points or more. So, obviously you see now, and this is what I'm saying. You see when you figure out a way to play team basketball, especially when you don't have that superstar, because the Kevin Durant's, the LeBron James, those teams play a little bit more ISO. But when you don't have that guy, you have to get into more of a team basketball system. And the RJ play is affecting everyone else because now the offense is changing, and Fournier is getting the ball more. He's getting more screens. He's playing more 2-man games. He's getting more opportunities. And listen, was he getting those same opportunities before the stretch? Probably, because he was still getting open shots. We talked about how, he's getting shots and he's not making it. But sometimes it's just the way the rhythm of an offense is playing. There's sometimes a player just naturally gets engaged to that. And he seems to enjoy this type of basketball more than the basketball we were playing before, RJ played the way that he's playing recently. So I like the way that, we're playing now. It's impacting everyone else, and Fournier is, benefiting from that. And, he seems, you see it out there. He just seems a little bit more engaged.
Seems a bit more loose.
Yeah, he seems a little bit more loose. And maybe it's because, hey, RJ is getting the ball more, and the players just look like they're moving more. They look more active, and they look like they're having more fun.
Yeah.
Like this seems like a more fun brand of basketball to be a part of. And Fournier definitely seems like he's up to the task right now.
Winning cures all, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Knicks post-game live presented by Prize Picks. 2,000 people here in the chat, JD. We are live and direct. I bet you it's a lot of Hawks fans in here too, man. They got nowhere to go to talk about their Hawks. So it is what it is. We welcome all our visitors, all our team hashtags.
We smoking the Atlanta pack.
Oh, we smoking that Hawks pack heavy tonight, man. We are smoking that Hawks pack heavy tonight at 90 to 80, bro. My homies down in Atlanta called me up. They said, oh, bet 50, bet 100 that the Hawks come back. I took on all bets. I said, we ready to go. It's all good. It is a game of runs. I expect the Hawks to come back and play respectable basketball. But I had no doubts that we were going to leave out of there, out of MSG South, with a victory, man. So shout out to my guys down there for making me a little bit richer. You know, I can pay some bills. And, yeah, man, Hawks are down badly this week, man. They lose Reddish. They gain Knox. They're in the frenzy. You know, they're losing. I think they lost 10 straight at home now. I don't know what's going on with those guys.
How about making a trade and you're getting Knox? Like, that tells you what's everything that they're doing right now is I mean, they've lost 10 games, 10 straight games at home. CP.
10 straight
games at home. You know, they had a 6-game win streak. Then after this is their season. Earlier in the season, they had a 16 win streak. Then right after that, they had a 16 losing streak. I'm sorry. Then after that, they go into a 7-game win streak. The Knicks snap it. Right, the last time they played, the Knicks snapped a 7-game win streak for the Hawks.
That's right.
Since that moment, since the Knicks have snapped their 7-game win streak at that moment, the Atlanta Hawks are now 6-16. Ooh. So, you know, it's been such a extreme. They go on these crazy win streaks. They go on a long losing streak, and now and you know, listen, this is why CP. Remember when we have these debates about what is the correct way to build a team? All I heard last year was, oh my God, they have all this talent in the world. They have this great team and blah blah blah. They've taken a big step back this season to a point where they're confused on what to do at the deadline. Yeah, that GM has a lot of pressure this year.
They're in a frenzy.
Atlanta Hawks have expectations.
And you got John Collins calling for the ball. He thinks he's Karl Malone now. He's like, I need a bigger role in this offense. Like, hey man, so sorry to hear that, fellas. But we rolling on, smoking on that Hawks pack tonight. Let's go, Benji from Manhattan, kick us off. Let's go.
Hey CP, hey JD, big win tonight. I don't care if we're playing a downtrodden Hawks team that's lost 10 in a row now at home. We got to get these wins. We got to clean up, man. We know February, the schedule's going to be absolutely brutal.
Yep.
So we got to clean up and get as many games as we can.
Catch up time.
If we can get 3 out of these next 4 home games, that would be kind of great scenario for us to move forward. What a game tonight by Alec Burks, man. No turnovers, 17, 9, and 8. And again, my guy Fournier, JD, I'm talking to you. I'm waiting for that public apology. Big win. Big play by Fournier. I thought I was going to talk. You kind of mentioned exactly what I was going to say about how Fournier hit the biggest shot of the game when the lead got cut to 2 with 7 minutes to go, and he hit that top of the key jumper. If he misses that, the momentum continues to swing in Atlanta's favor. And again, obviously, I mean, it's quite obvious, but Mitch is just playing absolutely the best basketball of his career. I can't ever recall him putting up double doubles with this frequency. He's not even really blocking shots at a high clip. He's really just playing great and asserting his dominance on all his alley oops, and just putbacks are great. Quick question about just one thing occurred to me while I was watching the game tonight. Clearly, the momentum was changing, moving towards the Hawks. I feel like Nate McMillan waited too long to put Trae Young back in the game, man.
Yeah,
it was
I was waiting
7 or 8
for it,
minutes
man.
left.
I was waiting for it. I was like, when is he putting Trae back in the game? Yeah, I was waiting on it.
Yeah, it was very strange. I mean, I was just like, what are you waiting for? Like, were you managing his minutes, or are you trying to get a win when your team is like literally the season is slipping away? But I mean, the Hawks, they just look like such a different team. I know they were missing Bogdanovich and Capella, but even when those guys have been healthy, they haven't been the same players. Herter doesn't look like the same player this year. They're just really in trouble, which is fine by us, obviously. But yeah, I'm just noticing, man, like I said about Fournier, he looks a lot more engaged. They're doing a lot more of those. Julius is doing those dribble handoffs like he used to do with Bullock.
Yeah.
Except Bullock, all Bullock could do was go around the screen and shoot it. Fournier can like actually drive into the lane, throw up a floater, or he can go behind the screen, do more with the ball. He's just a lot more versatile. So I don't care what anyone says in terms of, I mean, can we just get off of that like trade Fournier talk? I understand that we have like Reddish in the wings and we have an excess of players. We don't need to necessarily deal anybody. I mean, God forbid we ever even think about dealing Alec Burks because he's like our most, versatile, reliable player. I just think Fournier is playing great right now, man. Let's just keep riding him. He seems to be in sync with Julius. He seems to be in sync with the team. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't touch anything, man. I would just, if Reddish is going to come to the mix, I would, maybe continue to phase out Obi's minutes because Obi really has done nothing since the Toronto game that he played in.
That's the elephant in the room right now, man, because it was Obi's bad defensive play on Okongwu who shook free of him and cut the lead. That Tibbs was irate, man. He waved Obi off, and then he knew Julius was coming back in, and then they said that Obi was visibly frustrated. So wasn't a good night for Obi tonight, man.
Yeah, I think, I obviously love Obi like everybody, and I was excited at how he was really starting to blossom. But, I mean, if it comes down to it, and now that we have Reddish in the mix, because we now have a young, blue chip type prospect in the mix with major upside, right? Like you heard all these experts, Kendrick Perkins, etc., raving about how good this guy could be. So I think if we need to sacrifice Obi to be part of a larger trade to move players and move pieces to remove the logjam, I'm starting to be okay with it.
Might have to, bro. Appreciate the call, Benji. I mean, I'm gonna get to it in a little while in terms of just the whole future rotations and whatnot, but. Yeah, it might be a move, man. It just wasn't Obi's best night tonight, JD.
No, it's listen, I've been I've been a lot, in terms of tough on Tibbs and allowing young players to get through mistakes and giving them minutes. But I will say tonight's the first night when he pulled them after that possession, I was okay with it because like he just seems a little lost right now. And that specific possession, he was looking around as if he was expecting help, but he was actually in the wrong because he wasn't going to get any help because Taj, who is the center, he was the one that was covering Gallinari.
Right.
So there was no help to be had.
There was nobody there.
He just simply got beat to the basket. And so I think when he's turning around, he's figuring out what happened. I think, right now he's a little lost. And forgetting about that possession was a big possession and the game was getting closer. And at that point, I'm not worried about rookie mistakes. I understood Tibbs saying, listen, I can't play around. This is a game I have to win. So I wasn't really upset about him getting pulled there. But in terms of overall, I mean, damn, I choked.
He choked up. He choked up about Obi, man. He could be on his last days here, bro.
Obi getting beat on defense. I'm like, oh, what happened? But at this point, I think Obi, is he's not playing well. It's tricky because it's like, does he should get more minutes? I don't know, man. These last 5 game stretch has been real tough because he's not getting minutes. He's averaging 11 minutes in his last 5 games. Yeah. But he's also not contributing in those 11 minutes. And I think part of it is we continue to say he doesn't have a point guard. He doesn't have that system around him. I don't know. It's kind of maybe a Cam Reddish situation. The Hawks GM talked about Cam Reddish came to us before the season and said, listen, I need to be in a situation where I can blossom. Right. And that was part of Cam Reddish's motivation. Maybe Obi's the next guy to do that.
I think you're right, man. The frustration is piling up, and it's a situation where if he's not Superman in 10 minutes, he's out of there. There is no leeway for him, especially if Julius is playing well. He's just going to be short. His time is just going to be short, man. Like I said, this has been a waste of a pick. And, compound that with the fact that we don't have a point guard for him, a ball-dominant point guard that he can really play off of. We don't play fast pace. And so, this is not really the right situation for him at this moment. We'll see what that means going forward in the future, what the future holds for Obi, but don't look so hot right now. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. We got over 2,000 people in here on this Saturday. 2,500 to be exact. Let me correct myself. 2,500. Yeah. Let's get those likes up. If we get up to 2,000 likes tonight on this show, we'll do another giveaway, man. Yeah, we'll do another giveaway. I'm back tonight. I'm feeling good. We got it done. We're smoking on that Hawks pack tonight. I just got $100 out of my guys down in ATL, man. I'm going to pay that forward to the good people of the chat. Let's get up to 2,000 likes tonight, and we'll do a giveaway, man.
That's why I got choked up, man. This Hawks pack is something different.
Yeah, that's that.
I figured it out. I don't know if this came from the heights or what. But this is good. Woo. Keep doing your thing, Atlanta Hawks.
Let's
go,
especially
on them Twitter spaces.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it, man. And then Benji had mentioned my guy Mitch, the Block Nest Monster, has been on a climb recently. And I know why. Because Mitch hit me up the other day, said, bro, we need a new edition of the Mitch Please tees. I said, Mitch, no doubt. So I hit up my guy Steve Verner. My guy Steve Verner was filthy with the pen. Got on it. We got the Block Nest Monster design, fresh for 2022. Sent it over to Mitch. He co-signed it. And he's been on point ever since, man. We got Mitch, the hoodies, the tees. So you guys go out there and get your Block Nest Monster apparel, man. It is in the KnicksFanTV store right now. And yeah, man, shout out to Mitch. Shout out my guy Steve Verner. Block Nest Monster 2022, man. He's killing it right now.
Miles Turner, who?
Yeah,
that's what he's trying to say to us. We know. If there's a Nick on the whole Knicks roster that probably watches KnicksFanTV the most, you talk about Mitch Robinson has said on his free time he plays a lot of Fortnite. He's on YouTube and stuff. It's Mitch Robinson. He's always engaged with KnicksFanTV on Instagram. Mm-hmm. You saw the merch. And if he has been watching, he's been hearing a lot of those Miles Turner rumors. And I think, in all seriousness, he's definitely has stepped up. And it's pretty obvious to me that, a lot of it is his health. He's in much more health, his conditioning. He's gotten slimmer. Yeah. And, in the last 3 games, he scored a double-double in 3 straight games. That is also the longest streak of his career. So when you talk about RJ, you talk about Mitch, the Knicks are getting their young players to play their best basketball at the right time. CP, this is the All-Star break is not here, but we've already played 40 games. Mm-hmm, so we're technically now halfway at the second half of the season, beginning the second half of the season, and now it's go time. Yeah. So it is definitely encouraging that Mitch Robinson, who is on a contract year, we've been waiting for, all right, Mitch, let's get it going. Mm-hmm. Let's get it going consistently. Just like RJ, Mitch is also starting to ramp up, in the consistency department. And listen, if he can continue to play this way, what do you do? It's going to be a big question for Leon Rose.
I mean, well, on top of that, we're feeding them all between RJ, Julius, Burks, Fournier. They're finding him a lot more in those pick and rolls and in their drives and attacks. So I think give credit to the overall team for getting Mitch involved. He's getting to the line a lot more, so that's good as well. And what's his stats right now? He's like 90% from the field right now. So, that's Block Nest Monster, man, cleaning it up. 83% from the field in his last 10 games. So let's get it going, man. Shout out to Mitch, 8-8 on the campaign.
And the other thing, CP, a lot of talk has been made about the stretch five. Yes, obviously, when you can get a shooter at every position on the basketball court, you can have 5 shooters on the basketball court. Absolutely, it makes your offense more potent. But you saw tonight, CP, without Capella, we've seen it in other games. Just look around the NBA. Yeah. When a team doesn't have a rim protector, it affects that team's defense
big time.
And it's part of the reason why Miles Turner, the Pacers may be able to get more than maybe what you would even give up for Miles Turner, because Miles Turner can give you that, and he can also knock down the outside shot, not to the clip that I think people think, but he can give you that ability. However, with what we have in Mitchell Robinson, because of RJ's ascension and him getting involved, maybe they don't need a stretch 5, because if Mitch is going to give you 10, 11 points, 12 points, and he's going to give you 10, 11 rebounds. I mean, do you really need a shooter at the center? I don't think you do if this is the way he's going to play. Now, if this is not the way he's going to play, he's going to be up and down. Yes, then I would be more open to, more of an offensive or more complete player at center. So I think Mitchell Robinson's play, he's definitely making a statement towards that, philosophy of having a stretch 5.
True indeed. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. CPJD on the 1s and 2s. Knicks post game live presented by Prize Picks. All right, let's go with some rapid fire calls. I see A Paul on the Discord. We're gonna go to some new callers tonight. A Paul, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. You kind of sound robotic, man. Go again.
Can y'all hear me?
It might be on our end, so let me drop you out of this and try somebody else real quick. And then if it's the same issue, then I'm going to restart the Discord. So just hang tight. I'm going to disconnect you. Let me hear from KiingDeej. KiingDeej, go ahead and unmute your mic. Well, let's test out the audio on the Discord real quick.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. Let's go.
I can't even hear them.
Yo, check 1, check 2. You can't hear us. All right, let me restart the Discord. Not a problem. And we'll go to the phones while I get the Discord back up and running. James from Baltimore, we got a new call in here. Be more stand up. James, what's going on?
What's up, CP? What up, JD? What's going on, man?
How you doing, man?
Good, man. Appreciate you taking my call, but let's get to straight to about today's game, man. It was a huge, great win. Big ups to RJ and Julius, our dynamic duo. RJ scoring 26, Jules scoring 24. And not only that, Alex Berg really stepped up. Mitch Robinson really stepped up. Evan, what was it?
48.
Taj Gibson. He
put up some points
and he put up some points. And our rookie Quinn Grimes put up some 8 points. So that's really big ups to Grimes too. But this game, but I give Knicks performance maybe like a good like a B minus, like a 79% B minus. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because during the third quarter, their defense was kind of slacking a little bit. You could see Atlanta's offense started to come up again, and their defense was crushing the Knicks. So, but then later on, in the fourth quarter, that's when the Knicks started to pull out that dagger, making those threes.
Yeah.
Also, Julius making the and one, even though that it was a travel, but who cares though? Even Trae Young traveled too during the early third quarter.
Yeah, they all travel, man. It was more of a make-up play. We'll take it anyway. We'll take the win, man. Definitely appreciate the call, James. KiingDeej on the Discord. KiingDeej, are we good to go? KiingDeej, going once. Yeah, I don't know. The audio should be all right. KiingDeej. Okay. All right. We'll go to JJ from Brooklyn. JJ, what's going on?
Yo, what's up, fellas? Welcome back, CP. How you doing?
Good, man. How you feeling, bro?
What's going on?
How you feeling?
Chilling, man. Just watching the Patriots get washed right now. I'm down 40 to the Bills. So as a Jets fan, I ain't too mad about it.
Yeah, I can't hear y'all. I don't know if y'all can hear me. I got y'all on the show, but on the TV, but I can't hear y'all. So
on the Discord, all right.
You might want to take somebody else. I'm gonna try to restart mine.
All right, yeah, you restart your Discord. Appreciate it. JJ, go ahead.
Yeah. First, man, I know I've been a big RJ critic, so I'm here to just eat some crow right now.
You're coming forward. You know what? I always appreciate you, man, because you hold yourself accountable.
Yeah, man.
You never run from the smoke, especially you show up in the chat night in and night out, and you go for the smoke. You get to smoke, no doubt.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. I don't mind when people come at me. I love it, man. It's what makes this show fun, man. I don't take it personal.
Now, let me ask you this real quick.
Knicks fan.
Hold on, JJ.
I'm sweet.
Hold on, JJ. Go ahead, JD.
JJ, well, quick question for you. Since you're coming with the smoke from RJ, what specifically about RJ has surprised you the most?
Good question.
Right now, honestly, he's been finishing really well. That's the thing about him that's really been frustrating me since he came in the league, is just the finishing. Because when he came in the league, that's what one of his strengths was supposed to be, finishing at the hoop. Lately, I know I was looking at the stats, and it's still subpar his finishing, but lately it's been good. You see him using the right now, so it's just the overall talent. Like, I still don't think he's the most talented guy. Don't get me wrong. But if he proves me wrong and he turns out to be a star and keeps playing like this, I'll take all the smoke. I'll say I was dead wrong, and I'll be so happy because at the end of the day, we all want the same. We all want this team to be great. I want RJ to be great. Some people are like, oh, you're probably mad when he does great. I'm like, not at all, man, not at all. You know, I want every Knick to be great. If he proves me wrong, believe me, I will be so thrilled. And the way he's playing right now, it's amazing. He's playing awesome, no doubt about it. Tonight he had a couple of huge shots, the mid-range when they were making that run. Then he hit that big three when they cut it to a 3. They were down 3. So he's just been great. His defense has been much better lately. So I can't say anything bad about him. He's been balling out of his mind, and he's been consistent, which is all I've been really asking for, man.
Yeah,
he's
true
been
story, man.
Even better than consistent. And then also real quick on the trade and the Reddish trade, I love the trade. One reason why I love it is because it wasn't Jeremy Grant. I'm sorry, I didn't want Grant. I don't want Turner. Those are the type of moves. Those are the type of players that put you in no man's land. Reddish still, as a guy who's still so young, there's way more that he could achieve in his game. And yeah, he could stretch the floor a little bit, but let's not act like he's some elite three-point shooter, like JD was saying. And the thing I don't like about him is I don't need a center that averages 6 rebounds a game for his career. I'm good. Okay. You know, Grant, I feel like we know what he is. And, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I love the trade. I love the way RJ's playing. So that's pretty much it. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks.
JJ from Brooklyn on the check-in. We got 2,600 people on the Discord, on the check-in, on the live. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. CPJD on the 1s and 2s. Knicks post-game live presented by Prize Picks. Knicks win, man. 117-108. We are smoking on that Hawks pack heavily tonight. Getting them up out of here. 3 wins against the Hawks on the court and 1 off the court. We're winning on the trades. We're just smacking them all up and down, man. It is what it is. You got to get revenge, man. And that's what we're here for. We are here to kick them when they're down. They are down badly right now. And that's just what we're here to do. You know what I'm saying? On this Saturday night. That is what we're here to do. Okay, let's check on the Discord a little bit. Discord, I don't know what's going on here. Dan from New Jersey. Dan, if you can hear us, go ahead and unmute your mic, Dan.
Hello, okay.
Let's go.
Wow.
Oh, he's in rare form tonight. Let's go. He's in a good mood. Let's go.
Man, I just got back from COVID hiatus.
Oh, man. Sorry to hear that, bro. Sorry to hear that, man.
Man. Hey, listen. I don't want to bring this up, but I'm gonna bring it up anyway. What I told y'all a couple of months ago when I compared RJ's numbers in his third year to DeRozan and Butler, I told you he's gonna get there. Just give him time, he's gonna get there. And you know what? We seen him get there. And you know what? He might have a slump after this too, but he's gonna pick it up right after that slump too. And you know, I like how Julius Randle was playing today, and I just want to say one thing to him. I just got one thing to nitpick today because you know I'm gonna have to nitpick Julius Randle because. Listen, man, next time you get stuffed at the hoop like that, I want you to run your ass down the court and try to stuff the guy right back. That's all I got to say. One love. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate the call, man. That could have been bad. That sequence could have been a turning point for the Hawks in terms of them winning the game. You know, they take Obi out because of bad defense. Julius gets in the hero ball mode. He had a bad shot by Burks, and all of a sudden the Hawks start running. You know, the Hawks start running, but ultimately we're able to quell that run. So it is what it is. All right, more rapid fire as we go. Ant Green on the Discord. Ant Green, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How you feeling,
run
bro?
those likes up.
Let's go. Let's get those likes up. Yep.
Another great win. I'll keep it brief. I noticed since the Rockets game, when Mitch finally went off and had 18 points, and the announcer was talking to him after the game. They talked about how they had that locker room discussion, between the players, and they've been 10 of 15 games since. And it seems like it's, whether it's getting Mitch involved or just like, everybody just really trying to put it into overdrive. All the young people are getting involved. Fournier's shooting some of the best that he's done all season long. And I think we're on a huge uptick now if we can keep this going. Tibbs has some major things to figure out once we get a full healthy rotation. And that's really it. See you guys on the Timberwolves game for the Playing again. Let's go Knicks.
Are you coming through? You coming through to the Timberwolves game?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got to show my support. Can't wait to see y'all.
Let's go, man. See you then. It's going to be a good time. Definitely going to be a good time, man.
And it's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
RJ, a much improved
and Edwards.
RJ.
Ooh, remember and Edwards wanted the smoke.
I'm sure RJ is going to be looking at that game and say, hey, this is not the RJ you were laughing at last time we played. I since then, I've hit a game winner, and now I'm playing much, much better. So, for the guys, for the people that are coming to that event, it's gonna be a fantastic event, and can't wait for it.
Let's go, man. Yeah, last time these two met on the court, RJ came up short, horrendously short on a mid-range jumper to win the game, and Edwards was basically calling him out on it. But so we'll see, man. You got Ant versus RJ. You got Karl Anthony Towns and Julius. Let's get it going. D-Lo against my guy Burks. Mano y mano. I just had to throw that one out there. That's on my marquee. You know what I'm saying? It might not be on your marquee. That's on my marquee. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. A couple more super chats I want to shout out. Shout out Rare Edition, $10 super chat, says they're handing out chopped cheeses at Magic City tonight. Let's go. Del Will, $10 super chat, says Young was frustrated when Q Grimes was getting all in that behind. Pause. And shout out the return of Broadway Bully. Hashtag RJ Week. Shout out to Del Will, man. Flagrant 3, but shout out for that super chat. Definitely appreciate you. Shout out to, Lloyd Banks with his usual NYK. That's his usual NYK post on Twitter. Shout out the boy Wonder Lloyd Banks. Shout out Ben Stiller. Red Hour Ben, big time Knicks fan, who liked the Banks tweet. So shout out to Ben Stiller, man. We got to get Ben Stiller on the show, man. That's nice. That's one we got to get here on KnicksFanTV, man. Everybody send Red Hour Ben a tweet and tell him that number one show for the fans by the fans needs him on here. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We are about 40 minutes into the show. We're going to take another call from the phones and then talk about our prize picks of the night. Wasn't a great one for me, but I thought so going in. But it is what it is. Troof from Arkansas. Troof, what's going on? Oh,
man.
You all right, bro? Yeah, man. Are you in
that pack hitting you good, too? That pack is hitting you?
Is that pack or that C19 pack? Which pack is it?
Just like that, that house pack got me coughing over here, man. Got me choking, man. I'm cheating like an Indian, man. But look, though, man, what up, JD, man? Y'all get them lights up. Shout out to the chat. Saturday night, Knicks. Glad to see us over 500.
Yes,
sir. It was
sir.
looking kind of shaky at first, you know what I'm saying? And I agree with JD when he said Julius changed the way he played. And I love to see RJ being the number one guy, controlling the pace, being a good scorer. Good game from Burks facilitating. Great game from Mitch. Assists and rebounds basically made the game. Fournier giving us exactly what we need. We don't need 30 or 40 from him every night. Just consistent scoring.
Yeah.
He good whenever he don't rely heavy on the three ball. You must have heard he was on the chopping block. And Grimes out there 100%. That's a good look. Can't wait to see Reddish in the mix, and I'm all in on Brunson.
Let's go. Troof, let's go, man. Be easy over there, man. Troof was choking on that pack tonight.
Too,
Troof.
Man.
You sounded like a veteran, man. You came in here sounding like a rookie, Troof.
Yeah, man. Hey, big lungs over here, big lungs.
Let's go, Troof. Good to hear from you, man. Appreciate it, bro.
Really, y'all take it easy, bro.
Let's go. Yeah, Troof came in here like a rookie, man. Shout out to Troof, man. Yeah, man. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Knicks Post Game Live presented by Prize Picks. Over 2,000 people here in the chat, man. This is #1 show for the fans, by the fans. Not just Knicks fans or the lowly Hawks fans, but all fans of basketball, man, NBA fans. So make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button. We are on a war path to 50,000 subscribers. I'm putting it out there. We're going to hit 50 before the season is over. I'm trying to get there by the All-Star break, man. So hit that subscribe button. Hit that share button. Share this video right now on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you do most of your social medias. Share this. Text it to somebody, email it to somebody, and let's see if we can get 5,000 in here tonight. As we say, man, this show is presented by Prize Picks. Prize Picks, the best daily fantasy prop operator on the market, man. Prize Picks has more daily fantasy props than any NBA daily fantasy props and any other prop operator out there on the market. And what do we mean by props? It's simple. It's overs and unders. When we play Prize Picks, when JD and I play Prize Picks, it's a simple game. You pick 2 to 5 players. You can mix and match sports. Tonight you had NFL playoffs. You had the Knicks game on. You can mix and match players. And all you're selecting is over and under a given stat that Prize Picks lays out for that night. So it's you versus the house. Very easy to play. Now you just got to win. So tonight, JD, in the first night back, man, here's how I set it up on my Prize Picks tonight, man. I went with this Portland Trailblazers just playing absolute garbage basketball. One of the worst teams in the league, and lousy against opposing guards. I went with Spencer Dinwiddie over 16.5 points. Dinwiddie finished with about 26 tonight, so I smashed that one easily. Now, that was a good one. Here's where things got a little bit tricky.
That's it.
Here's where things got a little bit tricky, right? Now, with no Levine, DeRozan and the Bulls going into Boston, second night of a back-to-back, but I said, you know what? There's going to be so much offense that he's going to be relied upon. I got to go the over with DeRozan. He almost got me there, man. 23 points, but 2 baskets short of the over, so I did not hit on DeRozan's over against the Celtics. Next up, I picked Bron. How could you go against Bron right now? He's probably the most solid over pick when it comes to these props. I picked him over at 29.5 points in Denver. And right now he is, how much time is left? Right now he's at 25 points.
They lost by 37.
Oh my God. They got smoked. So the Lakers got
25.
And he had 25 points. So the Lakers got their pack smoked and LeBron fell short. Obviously, he probably left the game early.
133 to 96.
Oh, unreal.
And I mean, he played 31 minutes. He was just 9 of 23 from the field with 25 points.
That was mile high. I'll put that up on the thin air and over in Denver, man. I should have known that. Here was my lock of the night. My lock of the night was RJ over 2.5 free throws made. As I said earlier on the show, man, RJ now averaging 15.8 drives per game. Super aggressive out there. I knew he was going to hit this, and he knocked it out in the first half quite easily. So I did hit on the RJ over free throws, but that was it, man. That was it. Only 2 out of 5 for me tonight. Wasn't a great night on Prize Picks, but you people at home, play your luck, man. Play to win. Go to prizepicks.com, enter promo code KFTV, and they will match your deposit of up to $100. So it's a great deal. You don't have to deposit all 100. You can deposit whatever you want, but they will match that deposit. They also have, some deals. So they have the Taco Tuesday deals. You have things like that. So it's a good deal. Check it out on Prize Picks. JD, how'd you do tonight? JD still there?
Yes, sir. Trying to get the ticket over, but I won some money. On one ticket, I hit 4 out of 5. I'm trying to get a ticket here, just loading up. All right, so I had Trae Young over 25.5. I just felt that the Hawks are reeling. It's the Knicks. He didn't play the Knicks the first time. We don't really have a point guard. Him against Alec Burks. He's a little quick for Alec Burks. We played good defense on him, but he had the points. He had 29 tonight. Although it was ineffective 29 in terms of the game. RJ, at this point, anything that's under 20 points to me for RJ, it's an over. So his line is at 19.5. I went with the over. No Capella. Felt that he would have a great game in the paint, and he did with 26, so I hit on that.
Mm-hmm.
Mitchell Robinson, CP, I told you before the game I was going to pick him easy over 8 rebounds.
Mitch was an easy one, man.
And you told me he was going to eat.
Mitch was an easy. You know what? I didn't. When I made my picks, because I was trying to get in on the Wizards game started at 7:00, so I was trying to hit on that Dinwiddie because I liked the Dinwiddie one. Then I realized that Capella wasn't playing, so I'm like, damn, I think I like Mitch on the over rebounds. I should have played another ticket, but I didn't end up doing it.
Yeah, and for RJ, those that play, if RJ's free throw line continues to be at 2.5 as it was tonight, keep playing the over because he's getting that in the first half now. So I had RJ over hit, Trae Young over hit, Mitchell Robinson over 8 rebounds. I hit that, and then I had DeAndre Hunter under 12.5. He had 8 points. I hit that, and I would have gone 5 for 5. I went LeBron too, CP, over 29.5, and he had 25 points. So 4 or 5. I had a second ticket. I went 3 out of 5. Trae Young, RJ, DeMar DeRozan. I went under. I hit that. And then I went LeBron again. I missed on that. And then Jimmy Butler. I picked them over 28.5. Revenge game against the Sixers. And he went 1 for 11. Ooh. He had a stinker against the Sixers. Only 8 points. And so those are the 2 misses there. 3 out of 5. I win some money. 4 out of 5. Definitely win some money. Good night.
Good stuff, man. I just had some near misses, man. I forgot I took Maxey over 15.5. He finished with 13. I had DeRozan. He had to hit 27. He hit 23. I had LeBron. Had to make 30 at 25. I came close on a lot of these, man. I just wasn't my night tonight, man. But once again, go to prizepicks.com, promo code KFTV for a 100% match on your deposit of up to $100. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. If you guys are new in the chat, leave us a hashtag new, and we will shout you guys out. Let's go to the Discord. Hasib is king. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Hasib is king. Hasib is king going once.
Mute yourself, Hasib.
Is Hasib playing Prize Picks? What is going on with Hasib? All right, we'll leave Hasib muted. We got Paul Lewis in here. We're gonna mute Paul Lewis for the time being, and then we're gonna get back to the phones. Jay from the Lou. Jay, what's going on?
CP, JD, much love, man. Much love.
What's good, my guy? Good. How you feeling, bro?
Man, it's good, man. Saturday night, Knicks got to win, man. It's good, man. Hey, everybody hit that thumbs up, please, man. That's not forget. It's the best show going, man.
Absolutely.
Hey, I'm going to get right into it, man. Shouts out to JJ to Brooklyn, man. I love that dude. I listen to him all the time. But he been getting on my man RJ, and RJ been stepping it up, man. Why not Batman? He's getting it together.
Let's go.
I told y'all he going to step up. The potential is there for him, man. Let's ride with him. He got that opportunity to be number one. But right now, I'm giving him to be the number 2 sooner or later. Hey, when Mitch is out there, man, playing with Capella or out them, it's hurting Atlanta. They can't deal with it, man. They can't deal with it at all. With Juju, man, I really want to see him open up that bag inside the bag. When he down there in the paint, backing them guys up, I want to see him, do some spin moves, with the pivot, give him, back him down just a little bit more, Our rookie is stepping up right now, man. I like saying that, just like last year with, our boy Emmanuel Quickly, guys stepping up right on time. With that being said, that the rotation is good with him. I hope he can keep his minutes, when everything get together, with D Rose and everybody. So starting 5, everybody getting, double digits, that's pretty good, man. Like, that's a good thing. I want to keep saying that, With that being said, with Cam being here, he's a potential third option for us. It's an insurance policy for L. Let's not forget that, man. It's the third quarter of the season. We got to step it up. We got to prove that we can get that 6th spot right now. I think that's where we're at right now in the standings. With that being said, let's just keep showing that we're a destination, man. Let's keep trending. Let's keep going up. Like, we can do this. Like, we at that part of the season right now where we got to keep trending up, Hey, coming from the Mo, y'all.
Let's go.
Y'all.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, Jay. Jay coming in from the Lou. Shout out to St. Louis. Always appreciate that call. And let's salute some people in the chat, man. Salute to Nick Boucher, team hashtag new. Nick, how you doing? James C, team hashtag new. What up to James? Who else we got in here, man? Shout out to all the new viewers. JD, who you want to shout out in the chat, man?
Yeah, I'm always shouting out the mods first and foremost. Big part of the show. They make the show run much better for us. So shout out to the mods. Gotta be legends. Cynthia Wolf, John Talento, TM, KiingDeej, and the rest of the mods. I have James C. I don't know if you shouted him out. He has
James
a hashtag new. Junior Karoma, the listening party. I see Jay Boogie in the chat. Shout out to
Jay Boogie in the chat. Shout out Jay Boogie, man.
Hopefully he's the real Jay Boogie, but
yeah,
it's Jay Boogie.
If he's got a wrench, is the real Jay Boogie. The real Jay Boogie.
Then it's the counterfeit one. So.
We got counterfeit Jay Boogies in there. Oh man,
Gregory Joseph, I see hashtag vet.
Yeah.
Salute to you. Much respect. Thank you for your service. Jay Noor. And Mike Maldonado. Shout out to everyone.
Nick Belcher says, shout out to he says, team hashtag new. Shout out to my wife visiting family in Jamaica right now. So I don't know if he's saying he's home alone right now and he gets the crib to himself and he's just watching Knicks in the show.
Just putting it out there.
No distractions, no noise. He's chilling. So shout out to him, man. Wife, you went to the yard and he's at the crib chilling, man. I know the feeling. So shout out to that guy for sure.
Marcus Concepcion, hashtag new.
Marcus,
sure. Marino, hashtag new.
Yes,
They're
sir.
just popping up now. And, so thank you for everyone. Still over 2,000 strong. We have 1.2 likes. Get them up.
Let's go.
See if we can reach 2,000.
Let's get up to 2,000 likes, man.
Get this giveaway going.
24 people here on the check-in. Shout out Adam Gass and $5 Super Chat. He says, let's give JD props. He had an outstanding solo show during the Reddit trade. Greatest team KFTV, man. Yeah, definitely shout out to JD. Shout out to CK, man, for holding it down while I was out last week. And yeah, man, great job. You guys did a great job. And look, that was the goal, in moving this show and moving this show forward. Really just want to put a good team around us here. And, a team that could continue to, carry forward the mission of the brand. And, I feel like we got a good team here, man, from JD to CK, Ash, Alex, the Stratocaster. We got a great team here and just continue to evolve, man. So definitely want to, salute you guys and appreciate you guys for holding it down, man, because it's not easy. It's definitely not easy doing these things, man. So great job, bro.
And the KnicksFanTV brand is definitely a brand because when you talk about the team, you as you mentioned, from Ash to CK, Alex is extremely sharp. Love working with Alex. And then you have the writers,
KnicksFanTV.com.
The other part, you have the other part of KnicksFanTV, with Alex writing, Chip Murphy. You have all the writers and everyone behind the scenes that continues to support the fans, the mods, everyone. I mean, we're all one major movement.
Yeah.
So, shout out to everyone being receptive, giving positive feedback, and let's keep it going.
No doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. Okay, on the Reddish topic, and shout out my guy Steve Vernon. My guy Steve Vernon, $10 super chat. He says KFTV SND is the good luck charm. It's my guy Steve Verner's group. He says, gotta hurry up and finish the Obi joint so you can drop 30 and 10. Yeah, my guy Steve Verner is working on a dope Obi graphic, man. He's sick with the pen. And yeah, go ahead and check out that Mitch design as well, man. Go get that Mitch
What
merch.
does CP think about the Cam Reddish moves? You've been out a week,
man, bro.
I did the solo. People hitting me up, yo, let me know what CP thinking, man. We need to know what CP thinks about this move. It's a lot of layers to it.
It's a lot of layers.
What do you think?
It's a lot of layers.
First of all, what was your reaction when you saw it? What was your reaction?
First off, I was like, I'm all the way out here in damn London. I'm like, shit, I don't know if I could throw a show together just because I was just, out and about and with my family at the time. So it was all kind of helter-skelter. But, we got it done. So that was the first thing. First priorities to get it out there and talk to the people. But, it was interesting because it was something that fans had always been intrigued about, even from last year. What do you think about trading for Reddish? And what do you think about Reddish? And should we trade RJ for Reddish? Or, who's better right now? And then, obviously, when he had the playoff run that he had, the little couple game stint, Fans were really high up there. I think he had averaged, 13 points in that little playoff stint. So, that was big. But for me, when I saw the parameters of the deal, I was like, this is a no-brainer. This is an absolute no-brainer. It is another low-risk, high-reward move by this front office that I think you have to applaud them for. Is Reddish a complete player right now? Obviously not. But yesterday, the GM of the Hawks was interviewed. Today, Nate McMillan was interviewed, and they basically said, he went to them early this offseason, requested the trade. He wants a bigger role. Obviously, he wants to get paid, wants a bigger role. The GM had a lot, thinks this guy could be a future all-star. You had Nate McMillan saying this guy could be Paul George. Will he be that with the Knicks? I don't know, but I'm still willing to make that trade to see if he can be, because the way the Knicks have built this team, what they're saying to you is, yes, we're going to try to win games and be competitive and build a winning culture, but we still have our eye on a big picture. And that is, can we get lightning in a bottle with this kid? Is this a situation where he can finally, flap his wings and reach his full potential, right? He's had problems with injuries. He's had problems with being consistent. He's had problems with, keeping his head in the game. We know all of that. So what they're gambling on is saying, can we turn it around? Can we be that foundation for him to turn this around, to reunite him with RJ, so on and so forth? And I think this is the way that this team has to look to build, whether or not he's a building block to help us win, or a building block to help us get another piece later on. And that's why I was always saying, like, when Ari and Jay would call in and say, we're stuck, we're going to be mediocre. You can't be stuck with all these draft picks and young players on your roster, and you still have cap flexibility. You're not stuck. You're not stuck at all. But these are the type of moves that you have to make. You have to see, can we get... I always say luck is a part of the deal. You have to see, when we roll the dice here, can we get lucky, and will this kid ascend, up another notch and another notch under our system? And is he going to be a guy that's going to help us in the future, whether it's winning games or to get us Spider Mitchell or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Without, and once we do that, without having to pair off so much of our roster that we're left with nothing. So this is more asset acquisitions. And so I'm saying you have to be patient with this front office, because they're telling you right now that they're being patient. You know what I'm saying? With not including Quentin Grimes in the deal, they're telling you, we're going to do this at our price. We're not desperate for the kid. We'll take him, but it's going to be on our terms. We're not just going to give up Quentin Grimes just to make a back page splash to make our fans happy. It's going to be on our terms, and they got the deal done on their terms. I got to applaud them on it. What happens from now, we'll see. What happens with the rotation?
The big question, CP, is like, yeah.
What happens with the rotation? Well, let's have some fun with that on Knicks Weekly. But the last thing I'll say is that, from the beginning of the season, we didn't have any true wing depth, especially at the 3, the 3-4 tweener. We didn't have that outside of RJ. I didn't really like Fournier at that spot, and I thought, that was an area that was hurting us. We know we need a point guard, but if it's not there yet, it's not there yet. But I think he gives us much needed depth at the wing, especially defensively. So there's a lot to like about the deal.
It's true. He's a true 6'8" wing too.
Yeah.
When you look at what we have, Burks is 6'5", RJ 6'6". This is like a true 6'8" wing. He has a 7'1" wingspan. And so, you mentioned in the playoffs, he was averaging 13 points. He was shooting like 60-something% from 3.
Yep.
He, as a starter, is averaging 18 points per game in only 7 games as a starter for his career. So, tantalizing is the word they've used. Tantalizing potential, tantalizing talent. It's just all about, putting it together. And, he was, as you mentioned, he spoke to the GM. and the Hawks have made their investment. They made the decisions clear. DeAndre Hunter, people forget he was picked right after RJ. He's the 4th overall pick in that draft. And, just like we've been wanting to get, an investment and a return on the investment on RJ, the Hawks do too, so, the Hawks were in a tough position in terms of, they gave Kevin Huerter all that money. DeAndre Hunter's a lottery pick. They drafted Jalen Johnson this year, another, 3-4 type of guy. So where is the path for Cam Reddish? And so, when you look at our roster with we kind of made the same decision between Obi and Randall in terms of, making the investment in Randall. And now Obi's figuring out where is the path for me.
Right.
So, so now it's going to be interesting to see what are the next steps in order to put Reddish in a position to be able to blossom, because if we don't find that way, remember, we gave up a 1st-round pick, albeit protected, but it's still draft capital.
He's gonna play.
So like you said, guys, make sure you tune into Knicks Weekly, because we'll definitely cover what is going to be the next steps of the Knicks in order to make this thing, work for the second half of the season.
Knicks Weekly tomorrow night. Look out for that. We definitely going to talk about rotation, especially with the Reddish edition, because he's going to play. They invested a 1st-round pick in him, and he's going to play. And I had a guy hit me up saying, "Oh, the 1st-round pick, I'm pissed." Listen, it was the Charlotte 1st-round pick, protected pick.
Fredo called and complained about the 1st-round pick.
Yeah, that was Fredo too. I mean, listen. Every pick is not going to be a stud, and every pick is not going to be picked by this team to make this rotation and to play things out. You're going to make moves with these things, as you should. But now you're looking at it where they turned their picks from last year into Reddish, Grimes, McBride, and Jakubaitis. That's a nice haul from what we're seeing right now. Jakubaitis dominated the ACB. I think he's the leading scorer in the Spanish league right now. You saw some flashes from McBride. You saw some flashes from Grimes. And now you're taking in a project on Reddish. To me, this was a no-brainer trade. Shout out to Kev. I'm always going to be free Kev all day. But it was obvious he had no future here with this team. And so, they did the right thing. Hopefully he catches fire, whether it's with the Hawks or somebody else. I'm not sure. But, Kev is a good kid. But either way, this was a no-brainer trade that they had to make. And again, just they're staying patient and being ready to strike when needed and trying to get something done at their price, man. I'm all for this trade. All for it.
I feel bad for Kevin, CP, because I don't know that this trade was actually gave him any other.
Oh man,
he's going. It's literally he's going into the Cam Reddish.
He's going into the Cam Reddish situation. The GM of the Hawks yesterday, all he's talking about is Cam Reddish for the 1st-round pick. He mentioned nothing about Kevin Knox, man.
He might have forgotten Kevin Knox was part of the deal.
Yeah, he forgot about my boy Corner Kev. Could be electric at times. Don't sleep, Trey. And just like And what did Trae Young's pop say in the deleted tweet yesterday when they got washed by the Heat? He said, Trae will find you, but you got to knock him down. Trae, Corner Kev is that guy. Call his number, man. Hit him up.
Facts.
Hit him up.
Just forget about when you get to the other side of the court. Just don't look.
Yeah, just don't look. just don't look, man. So yeah, again, no brainer move. Let's go with that. Now, people looking for the reunion now, the final domino in this Zion thing. Let's pump our brakes a little bit. Let's take it easy. All right. Take it easy. Slow down. My man can't even prove he can play a single game, maintain his weight, much less we want to bring him to the Garden in Nick-like fashion. I'll tell you, if he does regain form, by some miracle, I think they'll be ready to trade Julius. But that's a long, long way away, man. Long way away. So let's be easy on that.
And you know how this works, CP. Like right now, it looks bleak because, everybody has the Zion jokes and everything. But you know how this works. From the moment that he comes back,
oh man!
If he plays 15 straight games,
what does he want to do? What does he want to do?
All he has to do is play 15 straight games.
What does he want to do in the off season?
Once he goes for 15 games straight, he doesn't get hurt. People, it's like, nope, that's it. He's healthy. Let's go get him.
Let's go. Let's bring him to the Knicks. What do we want to do? Let's get the Duke reunion. You already know the hype train is going to start rolling this summer. If he comes back and plays the whole second half, you already know the hype train is coming back this summer. The Zion one out of New Orleans. Will the Knicks trade for him? It's happening. You know, just put that out there. But I'd stay
and RJ added some fuel to that fire.
Yeah,
you saw the clip of RJ. They asked him about any of the Duke players call you, and he's like, "We'll keep that in.
Keep that in house." So RJ,
come on, RJ, why you gonna get us hyped like that, man? Come on, man.
Keeping it in house, man. So. Yeah, you can expect.
He wasn't talking about Chris Duhon.
No, he was not talking about no damn Chris Duhon. You damn right on that, man. You damn right on that. Now, other pursuits. Obviously, we know the Turner interest is there. We'll see what happens there. I don't see them being as aggressive for him, especially the way that Mitch is playing. I don't think it makes much sense. I don't think it makes much sense, especially the way that Mitch is playing, to go out and go get Turner for that salary, because you're going to have to take off some salary now. You already lost Kev's $5 million. You do have Kemba's $8 million, but I believe, how much is Turner making right now? 13 or 18? I feel like it's one of those two numbers. Let me check.
Turner now is making, he's making $18 million this year,
there you
flat,
go.
And
there
$18 million next year. So $36 million for the next 2 years.
Right. So you figure, okay, you throw Kemba as a salary, that's $8 million right there. I mean, what are you really giving the Pacers that they'll be happy with in terms of rebuilding? This is a trade where you're gonna have to factor in maybe a Grimes, plus some, and Obi, right? I don't know. I'm not that desperate for Turner. Not that desperate for him. Now, Berman is reporting that the Knicks are hot after one Jalen Brunson, who was one of our point guard targets, especially this past offseason. Brunson going to be a restricted free agent this season, and he's absolutely beasting right now for the Dallas Mavericks, man. Having a great season. Obviously, he's a CAA connection. We know that his father used to play for the Knicks. Rick Brunson was here for a minute. I'm sorry, he's going to be an unrestricted free agent this offseason. He was a restricted one this past one, but he's going to be an unrestricted free agent after this season. The Brunson thing is going to be interesting, man, because we don't have the cap space to sign him outright. So you're looking at a sign-and-trade scenario either at the deadline or in the offseason. Or what do you think about a Brunson play here?
Initially, and this is why I always say, teams, that's why you have a date of a trade deadline. Teams like to wait to the very end, because sometimes the way your team is playing or certain players on your team play sometimes dictates your plans or changes your plans. And in saying that, prior to RJ's ascension, I wasn't really big on, bringing Jalen Brunson here, because I've always been strict on the fact that, listen, whenever we address this point guard position, it's been too long. It's been over a decade. Mm-hmm. Can we please just get, one of the top point guards in the NBA? Let's get a dynamic player here. Let's get a difference maker. I don't want stopgaps. I don't want, can this guy be a starter? Like we've done so many experiments that way that let's not go that route. With RJ playing the way he's playing, CP, and when you look at the fact of how we can construct the future of this roster, like you mentioned, we go after Turner, that's going to be assets, and then we have to pay him.
Yeah, you got to pay
so
him.
Like at some point, and then you have Reddish here. If we're going to invest in Reddish development, guess what? We're going to have to pay him too. And guess what? We're going to have to pay RJ too.
Right.
So it gets to a point where you have to try to find a solid player and maybe not, star hunt at a certain position and say, is this guy a stable player? Is he right above average? And do we actually need, if we're going to put the offense around RJ, do we need a star point guard?
No, right.
And I think Jalen Brunson is right there in terms of being above average, being solid, you see the New York roots with his dad playing here. The last 12 games, he's averaging 17 points, 50% from the field, 7 assists, in 33 minutes. So it's like, what more do you want from that in that position? Like if I were to slide in a point guard, he gives me 16, 17 points, 50% from the field and 7 assists. And RJ's doing what he's doing. There's only one basketball, CP.
Yeah, right.
Like if RJ's going to step up, Reddish is going to step up, and we're going to keep Julius, how many stars are you going to add and have in one basketball? So I think the way RJ's playing is going to be very interesting in terms of what the front office decides. Do they still think they need to get that top point guard? We talk about Zion. Do you get Jalen Brunson and just sit back and wait and let these young guys develop?
Yeah.
Or do you say, you know what? Let's just continue to be patient and let's wait for that start point guard. I think it's a fascinating situation what's developing right now in front of ours.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's especially the way RJ's playing, the way he's facilitating, and the way he's kind of been, not dominating the ball, but his usage has certainly been up. It just begs you to question, again, what is the type of point guard that we're looking for this team, especially if you already have RJ and Julius here, the way that they play. Brunson's playing lights out, man. 16 points, 5 dimes on the campaign this year. Is he, Tibbs knows him. He's familiar with him. Does Tibbs like, the fact that he's a smaller guard? He's 6'1". Does Tibbs want to make a move there? At the same time, it's, the draft right now, from what you hear in the point guard prospects, don't look that great. Any rookie point guard that comes in here is going to have a steep learning curve for the most part, unless they're a John Morant, phenom at the top, which we're not going to be. So the question is, again, where are we going to get that upgrade? A guy like a Brunson, to me, I can see it.
That's what I'm saying.
I could see it, bro. I could see it. And depending on how much he's going to command, how much did Lonzo get? Lonzo got close to 20.
Yep.
You got to figure Brunson would be what? Maybe a shade under. Anywhere between
Lonzo's just under 20. He's at 18,
so
and 19 next year.
You figure
right
Brunson will probably command maybe about, say, 13 or 17 range. I think it's something you got to look into, man. I like the kid's game, man. I like his moxie. I always like Villanova players, period, man. I just think they're just they make solid pros. I think they got to look into it, bro.
And you can come up with a decent package for him because he's only making 1.8. So it opens up many ways that you can acquire him in terms of adding a rookie contract or maybe even working with a third team. You don't remember the other thing too is the Knicks got a trade exception in that Reddish deal,
right?
For like 1 point something. You can use that in that deal. Maybe just give up a draft pick and boom. Especially again the fact that he's an unrestricted free agent. CP gives teams, maybe like the Knicks some leverage because if we're getting closer to this deadline, and he's giving signals to the Mavericks that listen, I'm not saying that I'm not going to re-sign with you guys, but I also want to kind of test the waters in the free agency. I'm only making 1.8. Let me see. Mavericks might get, they might get a little bit of light fee going, and they might call a team like the Knicks, who they already have a lot of experience making deals with.
Yeah.
They might feel comfortable in saying, Leon, what's an offer that you can give us for Jalen Brunson? And that might be a deal that, and you can see why the Knicks would be interested. He's only making 1.8. So it's an easy trade to facilitate if they want to pursue that. So, and it's a trade that can help you this year as well. So it's going to be interesting.
It's good numbers, man. 76th percentile in effective field goal percentage, 54%. Shooting 92nd percentile, shooting at the rim, 72%, finishing super well at the rim. 49% from the mid-range, 85th percentile among guards. 89th percentile in short mid-range, 92nd percentile in assist percentage. So super efficient, man. Very efficient player, man, all the way around.
CP, RJ's the wild card here, and I've been saying it, from before the season. I understand Randall has a lot of pressure, but RJ's a wild card in everything, man. He's his development or lack of development or whatever it ends up being is going to be a big part on the future of this franchise in terms of where they go and what they need to do to get better. Because if you go out and you get a dominant, a ball stopping point guard or a point guard that needs the ball, are we going to go back to RJ being a standstill shooter from the three, on the corner three? So that's why I want to see more. And this is a very important month for the Knicks coming up because that's the trade deadline in February. These next games leading to the deadline is going to be a good test and a good information that Leon's going to get in terms of, do we need to kind of look at this thing differently if RJ is going to be playing like this? And we mentioned it looks like him playing this way is not only affecting him, but it's also going to impact the players around him. So if RJ can develop into this type of player where he's making other players around him better, you could just go get a very good point guard. You don't need to get a star. And maybe you sit back and wait for a Spider Mitchell, a Zion, whoever comes up, in the future. So it's going to be interesting.
It's good points, man. I see a lot of people, talking about Anthony Simons. Obviously that would be a good name too. He's going to be a restricted free agent, so you got to look for a any type of sign and trade situation there.
Simons though, CP, he's turning into a reason for the Portland Trailblazers to say maybe we need to move on from Dame.
Yeah, right.
Like he might give him that out.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Where the Blazers just wait for the offseason, and get Dame healthy and see what they can get from him because he's going to be, I think, 32 by then. So, I know Simons is breaking out right now, but Blazers might say, yeah, we're keeping that.
True story, man. And then De'Aaron Fox, man. I've got to think they have their sights on Fox. The Kings already have Davion Mitchell. They already have Halliburton. I think Fox could be the odd man out. Obviously, his contract is crazy. He's going to be making $30 million over these next few years. So any type of sign and trade is going to have to involve, a lot of salaries just to match that, And so I'm not sure if they could even get a Fox deal done this season. I'm not so sure, man, because you're talking about $30 million right there.
And there's certainly rumblings is everywhere you look. There's a lot of reports out there that the Kings are getting a lot of calls for Fox and Halliburton. I don't think they'll give up Halliburton. It doesn't make sense to me why.
I don't see it.
But I could certainly see the Kings soon pivoting to a Mitchell Halliburton kind of future backcourt, and where does that leave Fox? And
right.
So. From reports that I'm seeing, it looks like that new regime has the green light to do what they think is best. And, hey, Fox is going to be 25. Sometimes things run its course. I know he has that contract. But I'm personally not the biggest Fox fan because he's not, he's not a good shooter. And again, what's the fit here if RJ is going to be, a playmaker? That'll be interesting to see because if RJ has the ball, then Fox is going to be standing. And if he can't hit the three, it's going to be an interesting fit. And then most importantly, you're going to have to give up a lot, CP.
You're going to have to
give up a lot to get a young player on that contract. You're going to have to give up a lot. And what is that going to look like?
I don't see Fox as a realistic move. I think Brunson is more of a realistic shot. You look at Fox, he's owed 30 next year, 32 year after that, 34 year after that, 37 year after that. So see, not an all-star, no all NBAs yet. Obviously, you know he's a guy that can get to the rim at will, but as you say, shooting numbers just aren't there. Defense, I don't look at him as a plus defender. But I was like,
at the end of the day, it's not his fault. It's not all his fault. But they've been losing a lot over there.
Right. And that's another thing.
And Knicks fans, we have a tendency of loving everybody else that's not on our team. And we disregard what's happening on that franchise.
Yeah.
At least with the Hawks, Trae Young, they saw some success last year. So they have the belief that Trae Young could be one of those guys that can take us to the promised land. They got that. They got that experience. Kings haven't had that experience with De'Aaron Fox. And now he has a big contract, and now I'm supposed to give up Grimes, and I'm supposed to give up, maybe IQ, and I'm supposed to give up 3 first-round picks, and he's not shooting the 3. Nah. He's not a good defender. He's a dynamic player, though. He you're probably going to want to run a more of a fast, heavy offense if you're going to bring him here, because that's the other thing too, CP. When this franchise decides to give up draft picks and young players for whoever we bring, that's going to be a big change in your team, because you're bringing that player over, and you have to be prepared to, maybe change up the way you're running your offense or defense to put that player in a position to succeed. Like, fans forget that part. Yeah. And it's been a week, but RJ has changed a lot, in my opinion, on how you may look at continuing to add pieces around the Knicks. And it's going to be interesting to see if RJ keeps that up, because I think if he does, as you mentioned, Brunson may be the more likely guy, or somebody around that range, maybe a Monte Morris for the Denver Nuggets, because the Denver Nuggets are not winning. They're going to get Jamal Murray back at some point. Does Monte Morris become more of that stopgap guy? There's some players out there that could be a fit here. Just make sure we do our homework on some of these possibilities, because be careful what you wish for.
Fox, 35th percentile in effective field goal percentage of 48.5%. Mid-range numbers are good. Shooting, 64% of the rim, obviously that's good. 3-point numbers are atrocious. 0 percentile from the corner 3, 19%, 26% from 3 all year. Assisted usage is 0 percentile. So maybe
that's one of the reasons why they're not winning games.
That's a fact. That's
like I say, it's not all his fault, but
part of
you're a main player. It's part of it.
For floor general, he is not. So we'll certainly see what happens there. But I think the Knicks will certainly be active, man. I don't know how aggressive they will be the rest of the way, but they'll definitely be active. So that's that with that. All right, a couple more calls before we wrap up. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Still got 2,400 people in the chat, JD. Number one show for the fans, by the fans. CP the Franchise, JD Sports Talk on the ones and twos. Knicks beat the Hawks tonight, 117-108. We smoking on that Hawks pack tonight. Then we're going to get to Knicks Weekly tomorrow night. We'll have our play of the week, our stat of the week. We'll look at the week ahead for the Knicks. We will talk more about Cam Reddish and the rotation impacts. And then Monday, matinee affair. Knicks taking on the Hornets. Matinee affair, man. So hope to see you guys there. Throw your cities in the chat, man. Where you guys checking in from? Throw your cities or your flags in the chat. Shout out Pudge Nights in here. Pudge Nights, what's going on?
Facts.
Yeah, throw your cities, throw your flags in the chat. Let us know where you're checking in from. All right, we're going to go to a couple more and then wrap up. Let's go to Josh from ATL up first. Josh, what's going on?
JDCP, what's going on? Hope you boys doing good.
What's good, bro? How you feeling?
Just wanted to quickly check in, man. I was actually in the building tonight, man. It was a great feeling to watch the team play good ball, get a good win, and there was a lot of Knicks fans in there. New York showed up heavy. So that was
we were in there heavy, man. You could definitely hear it.
For sure. I want to shout out Prize Picks tonight, man. I hit on the Burks over, Fournier over, RJ over.
Oh, he went Knicks heavy tonight.
Mitch over on rebounds.
Oh, you went all Knicks on your Prize Picks tonight?
Man, for sure, the Hawks are in shambles, man. I already knew what was going to happen, man.
Wait, he had all 5?
Yeah. Wait. You went four picks or 5 picks tonight?
It was 4. I was 4 for 4, yeah. 2,400.
Whoa, my man.
Whoa. Hold up. Let's edit that. Let's edit that out. Hit me up after the show, man.
Let's talk.
Hit me up after the show.
Let's talk strategy here, man.
Hey, for sure. But, hey, just one thing before I go ahead and check out, because I know y'all want to get out of here.
Yeah.
But looking forward to the talk tomorrow. But man, I'll tell you one thing. All you Obi Toppin fans, man. Hey, it's looking ugly. I think he's getting packed up. I think they're gonna pack him up and get him out of here. But y'all have a good one, man. Looking forward to the show tomorrow.
Let's go, man.
You saw how that was rapid fire.
It was rapid fire, man.
He says I'm trying to get out of here. I would too if I made that.
He's trying, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, and that's why he sounded so low, because he's in Atlanta too. So you know what I mean. You got to watch it. You got to watch it. You saying all that in front of my man. Came up on 2 racks tonight. You better be careful.
Exactly.
He might be out there on the streets, man. You got to be easy. You know.
He's like, I don't want my friends try to pick up my voice, start texting me.
Facts. My man sounded
Smart
real
man.
discreet. Shout out to Joshua ACL, man. He went heavy on the Knicks tonight on Prize Picks. I like that. He said he had Burks, Fournier. I think he said Randall on the rebound, and Mitch on the rebounds. All right, good stuff, man. Let's shout out some people on the check-in here. We got AL Genius checking in from Richmond, VA. What's going on? Kaiser Sose, Southside Jamaica, Queens. What's going on, Southside? Stand up. Shout out to Banks if you're watching tonight. Oh, we got Jamaica in here, heavy, man. Shanboy Abel, what's going on? D-Roy in here, heavy. We got Shan Hugh in here. A lot of Jamaican flags flying in the chat tonight. Let's go. See a lot of Dominican flags in here too, JD, man. Who you want to shout out in the chat, bro?
Let's see. Oh, I see KnicksFanTV in the chat.
Oh, are they? Oh man, they're down bad. Well, welcome. You know, we welcome them in here. You know, we figured they'd be here eventually. You know what I'm saying? You know, it is.
He said Knicks fans took over my Twitter space. I mean, what did you expect?
Yeah, what did you expect? It's our Twitter space, so you know.
Thank you for tuning in to the number
You're
one
welcome.
show for the fans by the fans.
Yeah,
so.
we sent them, so you're welcome for that. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Edwin Pierre, Rare Edition, Jonathan Green, Chico Fernandez. Shout out to you. He went to the opener.
Okay, yeah. Shout out Chico Fernandez, man.
Met him at the on opening night. Good dude, man. Shout out to everyone. Ray Parker, Jimmy Reed. Let's go, Knicks, man.
Let's go, man. To everyone who's coming out to the Knicks versus Timberwolves game, that's on Tuesday. So we got an action-packed next couple of days. We got Knicks Weekly Sunday, matinee Monday, Knicks versus Charlotte, and then we got the Knicks Fan TV jump off at Madison Square Garden, Knicks versus Timberwolves. So that's gonna be big, man. Shout out to, so yeah, if whoever's coming to that, you should have gotten an email already with the instructions and the meetup times and all of that. If you didn't get that, just check your spam mailbox and just make sure that you have all of the instructions. You should have had your tickets by now and everything. So looking forward to seeing everybody out there. All right, couple more. We're going to go to Roberto Louis, Jay from Florida, and then close with KiingDeej. Roberto, what's going on?
Yo.
What's good, bro?
This is my debut. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear, man. On your debut, let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, man. I love you guys so much. JD, CP, KC Powell, the man.
Appreciate it,
I've been
bro.
watching you guys from Jump Street last year. I have a spine injury, so I'm on the rehab. And your channel is the saving grace, man.
Appreciate it, man.
You bring the spirits up of all diehard Knickerbockers, man. I'm 60 years old, man.
OG.
And I've been following my orange and blue ever since I was a little kid. I'm from Union City, New Jersey, right across the pond, man, where a lot of serious ballers are coming from. One of the most celebrated, it's probably our arch rival, but no one ever talks about this guy, and that's Tommy Heinsohn.
Okay.
But, yeah, that's the town that I'm from Union City, New Jersey, right across.
Salute.
The Hudson River right there, Bridge and Tunnel by Hoboken.
Okay.
In any event, let's talk b-ball, man. You know, I mean, tonight was, it had me, up and down because when Julius handles the ball, it gets really scary, as you saw with his turnovers. And he wasn't looking for Evan either until finally, I think, when Evan got that one look from a pass of his, I think Evan, if you saw, he kind of thanked him and said, "Hey, man, look for me, man. I'm open."
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the thing. Fournier is very, very humble, and he needs to speak up.
Yeah.
But so I appreciate you guys agreeing.
Appreciate
with me. JD, love you, man, and Strat and obviously Ashley Moss. I want everybody to put the thumbs up, man.
Let's
and
go.
Buy some merch.
Roberto, appreciate that, man.
What, my brother?
Appreciate the support, man.
I
definitely appreciate that. We're just going to go rapid fire because we got to wrap up. Jay from Florida. Jay, what's good?
Yeah, it was good, man. Welcome back, CP.
Appreciate it, bro.
Jay,
man. So I gotta go grab a
Jay,
okay, let's go.
Jay, I've been waiting for this call, man. I didn't see you on the solo stream. You know, we need to hear from you on this trade.
Yeah, Jay was claiming
I know
victory.
CP was waiting too.
Jay was claiming victory, man. I'm in London seeing Jay posting Twitter videos talking about I run the Knicks front office. So let's go, man. Let's go.
Yeah, because we got the power. Shout out my man Worldwide West. I feel like my man Worldwide West made that trade. I see you, Worldwide West. I was about to get real treacherous on you, and I was about to wake up the front office until y'all made that trade. So I appreciate it. Yo, Cam Reddish got the eye test, man. You look at Cam Reddish play, man. You like baby PG, you know what I'm saying? The stats is there to prove it. 40% from the field. He's shooting 38% from three this year, 55% from two-point range. If he can figure it out, man, we got something with Cam Reddish. But when you look at Tibbs in the little press conference yesterday, man, you know, he made it seem like he cool with what he got. Like, oh, I love Brahms. I love our guys. I love our rotation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, inject a little confidence in Reddish, man. Like, say something nice about the kid, man. Just
I
got
like
him.
where Tibbs is at, man. Keep the kid hungry. You came here, you want a bigger role, you want to get paid. Prove it. He's not a complete player, bro. All we're talking about is potential and promise.
I get it, man.
He needs to
feel
be
like
hungry,
there's
man.
Two different sides of this front office, man. I feel like it's two different conflicting sides of the front office. You got the side that want to develop and get young kids and kind of build this thing from the ground up, and you got the tip side. I feel like it's two different sides in a beef, and they don't see eye to eye. That's how I see it, man. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited about Cam Reddish. I ain't been excited for a long time, so that's a good thing. In terms of the point guard situation, man, to me, you got to go try to get DeJounte from San Antonio. You got to try to see if you can pull it off. SJ might be too high on the price, but maybe DeJounte, maybe Brogdon from Indiana because he got the good size on him. He's a little old, but you know what I'm saying? Then you got Sexton coming up this year as a restricted free agent. You got maybe Markelle Fultz in Orlando. Like, you got a couple of things that you could do. We got to go get the point guard, man.
Got to get the point.
I don't want to be a middle-of-the-road guy. You know, I'm anti-middle-of-the-road of all times. I want if you're going to win, let's go get a point guard and win for real so we can advance in the playoffs. I don't want to get to the playoffs and get washed again. I'm not about that.
Yeah.
So let's try to see if we can get the kid from San Antonio, do something nasty, put Fournier on the bench. I want to see if we can get Cam Reddish up to speed enough, get him playing good enough, so we could put Fournier on the bench. I always felt if Fournier is on the bench, we could do some damage in the Eastern Conference. You know what I'm saying?
Jay, real quick, can you rock with this Randall?
Hold up, Jay. Hold up, Jay. Go ahead, JD. Go ahead.
Jay, can you rock with this Randall? The Randall you're seeing lately, can you rock with this Randall?
90 seconds.
The Randall?
Yeah.
Yeah, this Randall that you're seeing playing lately, can you rock with the way he's playing? You can rock with this Randall or no?
He been swinging the ball. He been doing his thing, man. Randall don't excite me as somebody that I could get behind and he could bring me a championship. I'm starving. RJ looked better because his touch looked better.
Yeah.
You know, he's doing his thing. He ain't looking as stiff as he was a couple weeks ago. His touch is on. So if RJ could keep figuring out, we could see something with RJ Grimes and
60 seconds.
See what we could win. Randall, I don't know, man. He just bores me, man. I don't know, man. He's playing good, but, you know, whatever, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right, bro.
We can't depress Obi, man. We got to make sure that Obi is the asset. Tibbs got to invest in building this kid confidence, man, and trying to see if we want to trade him, let's build him up. If I don't like Tibbs, man, tell Tibbs, Worldwide West, man. I see Worldwide West. They say Worldwide West is not a Tibbs dude. I'm not feeling Tibbs, man. Come on. Invest in your kids, build your assets up so you can trade them and get something at least.
All right, man. Holler tomorrow, man. I got to get KiingDeej in here.
I know you got to go, man.
All right, man.
I'm going.
Jay from Florida. Rate Jay's call in the chat tonight. What do you guys think about Jay's call tonight? 1 being trash, 5 being facts. What do you think about Jay's call tonight, man?
10 seconds.
I like how every time Jay calls, we always have to rate it. We got to make sure
we got to rate that
call.
We got to rate that call, man. You know, we got to be like Tibbs, man. You know, put your poker face on. You know. All right, let's wrap this up, man. KiingDeej, go ahead, KiingDeej, man. You've been waiting all night. I gave you the designated closer spot, so rapid fire and make it good.
Appreciate it. I'll make it quick. Yo, run it up.
Yeah.
Orange and blue. You know the vibes, man.
Let's go.
Hit those like buttons for your boys. You know all that. Listen about the game. I just want to say this: even Michael Jordan lost to the Pistons before he beat them. So I love the revenge of the Sith. I love everything that's going on. I love that Travis is just melting down on a radio station and then not talking about Knox after he trades for him. I love it. Love to see it. All right, but everybody knows about the Cam thing. I already said what I had to say to JD when the trade went down.
Mm-hmm.
Now I just want to talk about I love how this team is playing. I love how it's going. And the reason why I say that, because I didn't really want to speculate, but y'all started it. I was gonna save it for Nick Weekly. The people that's not playing are on the block. Like it goes without saying. The Kembas, the Noels, even my man Obi. It's on record. I wanted him here, but if the Knicks, and shout out Cynthia, because Cynthia's on the same timeline as me.
Mm-hmm.
I want Simons here, but there's a lot of politics in Portland, but he fits this group. He fits. They already said that they go in with the youth program. They develop it with the youth. He fits that bill. He's a big point guard that can shoot, but there's so many politics in Portland.
Mm-hmm.
Murray, everybody wants Murray. He's not available.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Are we the ones putting DeJounte Murray on the trading block, or has that actually come out? I haven't heard from one Shams or Woj or even Begley that DeJounte Murray is even out there to be had.
CP, JD, this is a Nick fan only type of trade, bro. There is no reason. Yo, Popovich, after playing the Nets and before playing us on his pregame, if you have League Pass, he said DeJounte Murray will be an all-star if we won more games.
Yeah.
So, and that whole team is young. Why on God's earth, and he's on a good contract, why on God's earth would he go? Why would they trade him? Because Popovich is retiring soon? Like, come on, bro.
You know, I look at us playing this Spurs team. I'm like, yo, this kid looks like a promising kid. Why the hell would they even entertain giving him to the Knicks?
And bro, if they're gonna try to, I'm sorry, JD, you go first.
No, I was just gonna say, what's crazy is because, as you mentioned, KiingDeej, his contract for where he's going is so great. You might end up giving up more for him than even a SGA or one of these guys, just because although SGA is a better player, but he's also he's going to be highly paid. So whereas DeJounte Murray, you're going to get the best on him on a good contract, and the Spurs might be like, we're giving you a great young player. He hasn't reached his peak yet, and you're going to see it on a great contract. So you better pony up. So it doesn't make sense because of those reasons. It doesn't make sense to me for San Antonio to give up, especially when they're trying to, retool and rebuild.
JD, CP, I'll make this real quick.
Yeah.
If the Murray trade happens, because I'm going down the line with all the point guards. If the Murray trade happens, they're starting off with RJ. I just want everybody to know that. That starting conversation is, all right, you want Murray? Give us RJ.
Yeah.
That's starting off with that. All right, next point guard. Brunson makes all the sense logically, but again, to Jay from Florida's point, Tibbs don't like small point guards, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm saying Simons. I know everybody has their doubts about Fox, but hey, listen, they got the pieces to make the Fox trade happen. And I'm sorry, guys, he's the only point guard that everybody wants that's available. Like SGA ain't available, Murray ain't available, Simons got politics. Brunson is available, but we don't got the bread unless we go trade for him at the deadline. So I'm just saying, by default, that leaves Obi stranded on an island. Because I think in a realistic world, I think they want to play Cam as that small ball 3 or 4. Like when everybody's healthy, I think they got him playing that same area where Obi's in the corner, just standing there. That's Cam time. That's where he can boogie down.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just letting everybody know we got the numbers, the contracts, the people that aren't playing, the Kembas, the Obis, the Noels, the McBrides. That matches Fox's pick, but I'm out, man. Peace and love. I love this team. Let's win. Let's go on a homestand, man.
Let's go. KiingDeej out of here, closing the show. What you guys think about KiingDeej as a closer tonight, man? Rate that call in the chat 1 through 5. It sounded a lot different, man, than when I last left this team, man. It sounded a lot different.
What a difference a week makes.
What a difference a week makes. Like I said, man, you go out of town, come back, RJ's the MVP of the league, and Knicks make a blockbuster trade that all fans can get behind. So never a dull moment in Knicks land. Always got to love being a fan. And yeah, man, this is #1 show for the fans by the fans for that very reason. 2,000 people here in the chat. Show me the show live stream right now that are doing these numbers with less than 50,000 subscribers. Show me the show. Show me the show. Been doing it for years now. Let the people know. #1 show for the fans by the fans. JD, go ahead.
No, I was just say put some respect on the name.
Yeah. That's a fact. And we say that as humbly as we can because it is the people that propel us, man. So definitely shout out to everybody who's been rocking with us, man. Shout out to Do Things, $10 super chat. They were in the building tonight. He says, shout out to all the Hawks fans in Section 101 talking smack. It got real quiet after Fournier hit that dagger. Hawks pack on deck. Gonna miss everyone on Tuesday, man. Yeah, shout out my guys, man. But they were in Atlanta tonight repping. Aaron Vasquez, Aaron, salute to you. He says Brunson proves he can play off ball like with Luka. Yeah, Brunson's having a great year, no doubt about it, man. I would definitely be intrigued by Brunson pursuit. Kaiser Sose, appreciate the super chat. He says Anthony Simons better, more athletic, just had 31 and 11. Simons over Brunson, no Dame, no CJ, and a restricted free agent. Portland already over the cap. Mid Belford, $10 super chat says, I'm not trading a parking lot attendant for Zion. He's damaged goods. I might start calling Zion street clothes. LOL, the future looks bright. Don't mess it up on hype, Leon Rose. Cynthia, $10 super chat says, CPJD, did y'all hear that Knox's dad took a parting shot at Tibbs? Berman asked Knox Sr., why do you think Kev didn't get more minutes? And his dad said, you may want to ask Tibbs that. Well, look, I mean, that's his dad. You know, if I'm a dad, I would be the same. You know, I would think my kid is the best kid on the team. You know, so free Kev. Hope everything works out for him in his next endeavors. Because like I said, he's a real good kid. Chris Carroll says Zion saw the trade and said, I really got to get up out of here ASAP. Jeff Ehudin says, first time in years, Knicks have an actual culture and internal competition that is healthy. Cam will push RJ first and foremost, then the rest of the wing / Obi. This can be a sneaky good move to keep things on boil. Hashtag pay Mitch. Shout out to Jeff, $20 super chat. Shout out Chris Carroll. Del Wills tries to bounce back after the flagrant 3. He says, after review, you got to downgrade to a common 3. No flagrant. Grimes, lockdown defender. Big up KFTV. Big up Manchester, Jamaica. JA, shout out to you. See the P says, can the Knicks get DeJounte Murray? I don't see it. Bowen Chen, $5 super chat says, if we're playing Burks as a point guard, do you see that we maybe run Reddish as the Burks role and put Burks on the bench? Bench is good with Burks. I think we're a long way from that. We got to figure out what we do with Kemba first. We'll talk about that tomorrow. D Rose coming back, so I think we're a long ways away from seeing Cam Reddish in a point guard role, but you know, maybe he, you know, peaks out to that. Who knows? JR sends super chat says 2 wins against the Hawks this week. Tonight's awesome win and getting Cam Reddish. Rare Edition, appreciated. Blood of the Panda says shout out to RJ for the $200 he won me. Also, Burks is out of here. Value is high and potential has been maximized. Wishing the best. Hashtag Obi Avengers. Hashtag Free Obi. Heck Breeze. Mitch was playing like this before he got hurt. Russell Whiskey says Mitch is an elite post defender who can switch everything out to the perimeter. That's rare, very rare. We're keeping Mitch. Paul Robinson says Obi's been more efficient than Julius all year. Chill. I don't see it, bro. Kristen Cruz says hope Grimes isn't left out of the rotation with these Brunson rumors floating around. Quentin Grimes is a sharp shooter. 7G7 Full, KG7 Full says Hawks down. Always fun to beat the Hawks. Let's keep this energy for the tough road ahead. Let's go Knicks. 1 game over 500, man. Hector Rosario says Bryant working with Cam will be a great for us. Was great to see our starters combined for 50 plus. Let's go Knicks. Paul Robinson guesses I'm actually expecting wins again thanks to Badman Barrett. JD, get the grill. Junior Karoma says, welcome back, CP. We smoking that Atlanta pack tonight. JD, man, I feel like crying. LMAO because RJ's developing into a star player. Man, God is good. AO Powell says, salute to the Knicks for introducing Cam Reddish to the cardiac Nick way. Welcome back, CP. Give Rowan the Barrett Jr. keys. And shout out to NY Sports Guy. Says, can't y'all post a link to Julius and Evan apology forum for all the fair weather fans that like to overreact and jump ship before the team can mesh? Hove 80s, $5 super chat says, love seeing the Knicks players attack Knox at the end of the game. Great seeing that brotherhood. Yeah, man, shout out to Kev. You know, like I said, it was a tough to see him go, but that's how the business goes, man. It's a cold world, cold business. I remember when we had Langston Galloway on, we talked about the fact that in one offseason, he signed with his hometown New Orleans Pelicans, and by the trade deadline, they shipped him off to Sacramento. They sent him to the wall, literally. So that's how cutthroat this business could be, man. But shout out to Kev, and like I said, hopefully he bounces back.
Yeah, I thought Kev was gonna be like I thought Kev was gonna be KD after that summer league, man.
Man, bro.
That was I think his two memorable moments for me is his summer league and then that dunk on Ben Simmons.
I gotta go back and look at one of my best videos when I was first starting out was my Kevin Knox summer league reaction. Because I had all the Knicks fans, all the delusional Knicks fans thinking this guy was gonna be the next KD Paul George. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just
they put the Knicks games on national TV. Like he had that first game, and then Doris Burke was calling one of the games, and you know they're having sideline interviews with him on ESPN.
Yeah.
It was like, you put yourself on that moment, you forget about what he's done since. At that point I was like, man, did we just get a star?
Bro, we had Kev. Yeah, man, Kev was rocking, Mitch was rocking that year, and we really thought we had something going, but hey, it's a tough business, man, tough business. So. See what happens there. All right, JD, any last words before we roll in the Knicks Weekly tomorrow night?
Guys, the Knicks are playing well, over 500. They're only 3 back of the loss column on the 4th seed. So this is a very interesting stretch we're going here. They're coming up against the Hornets, the Timberwolves. You got to win these games because after that, we're gonna really find out about this team.
Gauntlet.
Let's keep supporting the channel. Tune in tomorrow to Knicks Weekly. It's going to be a fun show because we're going to talk about some interesting topics moving forward.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. Great show. Shout out to E Crossover for the super chat. E Crossover. Let's chat after hours, man. But he says, like I keep saying, y'all, let Obi go. Looking forward to Knicks Weekly tomorrow night. So E Crossover, appreciate it. Everybody in the chat, appreciate it. See you guys tomorrow night. Peace.